Okay, Earth signs, here is your spirituality reading for the next while. Whenever you need this energy, really, is when you should utilize it. Okay, we're getting into the Egypt cards here, the Isis cards, so this is going to go deep here. So the first card I got for from the Isis deck here is Magic and Ritual. So crafting sacred practice. They're making me, I will show you the card here. I just want to absorb everything. They're making me see there's like a circular. They've done this before in a different vibration. It's like the Ace of Pentacles, which is our element as well, right? Sorry for the glare, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. Give me a moment. I feel like we are crafting sacred practice in our work area or in our financial area. We are trying to gain headway here. We're trying to gain finances, more production here, something. We're trying to gain more, period, in that kind of area. That's really what I'm getting from that. Magic and Ritual is really about manifesting, I feel. Not only trying to manifest, but feeling powerful in it. We may have a good grip of how to manifest in the material realm, and I feel like we are using that highly in our material realm. Like, everything is earth, right? Everything is in our element. We are attaining things on the earthly plane with great ease. Not that it's coming out of nothing, but it feels like that at this point. We feel like we're riding the top of the wave here, and it's going quite smooth. Okay, it's really what I'm getting. So that's the first card. Second card, Temple of Lapis Lazuli, the goddess of ancient skies. Now I have to brush up on my my gemstones here. Lapis Lazuli, whatever. I feel they keep saying friendship. I feel a soft energy here. Okay, I'm going to go from the card alone here when I'm being guided. Now, the star, right, is about hope. And I do feel like we hope for more material wealth. In the material realms, we hope for abundance there. The triangle upright is the masculine energy. This, give me a moment, can be a doorway, can be whatever, can be an eye as well, seeing. And it is backed by, yeah, the Merkaba energy. So that is, all that is connecting to spiritual energies in order to create. So I feel like there's something going on with these earth signs here. They are tapping into something. Might even label it magical. They're tapping into something here. I feel spiritually this has been there for them, but their attention's been directed in the 3D. And even though we are making progress in the 3D, it's like we have to kind of open up to something else. I feel like this is an eye half open. That's what they're making me feel. And especially if we're in masculine energy, there are great things to happen here once we connect to all that is, right? Because that's really behind all of this. And I feel a softening of energy. There's a lot of stuff here. A softening of our energy. Our edges, we're smoothing them out in order to get along with people on a spiritual level, which we may not have ever paid attention to. I feel like we're so driven in the career and 3D material realm that we don't have time for niceties. And now we are seeing the wealth and abundance that can come from that. but in a way that is in growth. Yeah. So like a spiritual area is growing, really. That's what I'm getting. We're softening our edges so we're not so ego driven or physically driven, meaning attaining physical things in the physical realm. We're starting to look outside of that, and this is going to help us. This is going to give us hope for things in the future, because it may have this all this chasing the dragon on the physical realm here, okay, has led us to a place of dissatisfaction. But we weren't looking at the spiritual. Now the universe is going, well, how about just look over here a little bit. And now that's happening, and things are happening. There's a difference. This is what I'm getting. Okay. Next card. The abundance of Sothis. Stellar blessings of celestial goddess of abundance. So look at that. Just because we have averted our attention here. I got this in the right way. We averted our attention, right? There's the Merkaba, staying steady. The coins, we were in the material realm. We are starting to open up to spiritual realm, and guess what? There's great abundance coming in our physical realm. How does that happen? Well, because we're growing. We're growing on a deeper level than we had ever witnessed, been exposed to, or looked into before. It's really what's happening here. Good stuff. Okay, now we get back down to the reality. Let's see, we'll go into the Gaia deck, which brings us down to the 3D earth, but also connected to spiritual realms. See what happens there. On top of magic and ritual, crafting sacred practice, and I feel like a craft is a hobby that we do in our spare time. I feel like the spiritual stuff is something that we realized in our spare time. We realized something of worth here. We just didn't realize that it would correlate in the ways that it has. Okay, so on top of that, we get the 8 of water. They're going, all eyes are open. If you look, this Gaia deck is all about, incorporating all of the abilities of second sight and all of this into their cards. And water being the highest of the intuition. We also got, in this, got it out of balance. In this card, we've got energy coming from the hands here. So we might be coming across literally laying of hands energy here. We might work with our hands quite a bit, and we might find that how do you express? So okay, say if we're just a normal person and we do office work, and everybody uses their hands every day, but suddenly there's an awareness. There's a portal opening within our hands, literally. So where this would be of high influence is if we're a massage therapist, physical therapist, that kind of thing. But even in the office, we're noticing things in a different feeling kind of way on the physical realm here. Something about our hands. There's something freaky going on. So we may have abilities in our hands here that have yet to be discovered. We may have like tingling. They're showing me tingling. Like our hands are feeling weird. So there's abilities coming here. There's sensories opening up in these hands for these earth signs. So this could be happening to you. And that is, part of your path to do and help and heal others, I think. Now also, what's opening up here, and this is all in the magic of life, right? We have our chakra system all lit up all the way to the top. The 2 eyes have pupils. The 3rd eye has pupil, and so does the higher self here, looking from above. So we are lit up, connected, and starting to feel in the physical realm there's powers coming. So interesting. I can't get a grasp in my vocabulary of where that sits, but as we go here, I'll see if I can tie it down. Okay, so now as we move on to the temple of Lapis Lazuli, I feel like they're giving me an energy of friendship. I feel like Lapis Lazuli is not really something that can be encompassed in one specific energy. I get healing energy from here, a light sense of that, almost like we are healed and working our way up. I also get the friendship vibe is what they're giving me, feeding me for this. And I also get kind of a luck and an exchange of that, almost to the degree that what's the other one that has that? It's blue as well. Natives use it quite highly. I can't remember the name offhand, but it's given me that sense, like a friendship, camaraderie, connecting to others. This is what this gem is. So for the earth signs, this may help you in this area of connecting to good, solid connections outside of us. Trusting relationships, friendships, business partnerships, this kind of thing. This may be highlighted, maybe vamping up in your area, this kind of thing. On top of that, we get the three of earth, right? There's your earth element. So water on the side. Water is helping you with your instinct, and it's also helping you notice physical traits here. Physical abilities that are ramping up here. Now, this is a planting of a seed here, right? So we're planting seeds in order to gain. I think the goal here is to gain people that are wise, caring, sharing, and truthful and trustful. This is what we are planting seeds for here. And this is what the energy of the universe is trying to push you into. Okay? So, there's that. Okay, sorry, I keep doing this. Keep pulling them out. Now, as we go into the abundance where it starts coming in here, so this is the cycle. We start to realize there's some abilities here that we are supernaturally moving into. Higher abilities, higher states of consciousness, all of that. And because of this, we're going to start to plant seeds here in areas where we want to make connections. Now, on top of the solace, the abundance, we have the perception. Now, the abundance starts to come in. This is where we get screwed up. This is where we get confused. We have to watch our perception of the stuff that comes in, right? Are we in greed energy? If so, we need to balance that out. There's enough for everybody, and you don't need to have the lion's share, this kind of thing. Do we have enough to stabilize and to feel good about things? And do we have an overabundance when it comes to balancing things out? Is it balanced? Can we, I feel like there's a sense here of greediness within the material realm. We want to hoard things and not when we're taking a bigger perception into account here. I feel our perception's off when we start to get results from where we go here. There's a little bit of a magic manifesting, if that. I would say it's a manifesting process here that's been illuminated to the earth signs. And because of this, they're getting and planting seeds, testing it out, testing the waters. And what do you know? Things are starting to come in. So now the sense they're giving me is, okay, we got to be grateful for what we have. We don't turn the tap on full blast. We're going to start blowing things out of the water. And this is where an imbalance can happen. So I think for the earth signs, the sense here is watch your perception of accepting that comes in. Because there's something here that maybe, we may be getting things from the wrong side. Oh, here we go. Okay, next line. Magic and ritual. Okay, I'm going to just tilt this way and move that. Creating, again, abilities coming forth here for these earth signs. And for some, it may literally be in the hands of what you create. You may feel more, what's the word? Sorry, I got hiccups. You may feel more driven to use your hands physically and to, you know, things that I can't explain it, but things that you use your hands with, it's like there's going to be more activity there. They're just showing me more energy going into the hands, and we may notice this. We may notice by tingling or like a almost like you feel a force field on your hands. Pay attention to that. Look at that. Be aware of that. It's there for a reason to help you in some kind of way. Okay, as you advance forward. Now, on top of that, we get the Strength card. Yeah, we're going to gain strength in this area. That's all they're saying there. Okay. In our abilities, our physical manifestation abilities, but also sensory abilities here, especially in the hands. So we may have, yeah, just abilities there. I can't say. I can't even, like, you know, there's no words for this. On the next row here, planting seeds, we're starting to realize that there's a heightened sensation here, not only mentally, spiritually, physically. And we're going to plant seeds in a few directions here that we're intuitively led and see what kind of results we get. Now, on top of that, we get individuality. Don't lose this, is what they said. So during this time, because I get from that temple here, I get a great sense of friendship and connections. I want to make more grounded connections, more productive connections, more deeper connections with people, workers, family, whatever. Those that we can trust, right? Entrust with things. The sense here is that some of these earth signs may be working on their individuality, so they may be working spiritually on who they are and what they like and who they prefer to be around. So this is all part of the mix of planting seeds. We may be just going outward to people that again, our perception is being heightened here, that there's more things that matter, more things. So now we're going outward and we're maturing into that heightened perception. And because of this, we are learning more about our individual selves through this. And they're going, this is good. This is what we should, again, in the center of the reading, vertical and horizontal. We need to keep our individuality in check, and we need to make sure that we are the center of our decisions, that we are the one that overlook things. Sorry, the energy's flowing. We got the checklist and we're going, yes, I agree. We're not looking to others to make our decisions, that we make our decisions for ourselves, and this will bring us into the right place. Because again, highly led intuitively and highly pushed energetically. So on top of this perception here, that may be in the wrong way. There's something here about the abundance coming in that is tainted. We need to look at things differently there, or watch how we do. Yeah, the moon. And that's about, yeah. Okay, give me a minute here. There's just some veils here about how we gain things on the physical realm. I feel like this is where we're going to learn our lessons, because we are trying to bring in things. Now watch your step. Are we thankful? Are we grateful? Are we being in greed and wanting more than everybody else and not willing to share? This is kind of the left and the right of it, right? So the moon is here to just say that things will be uncovered, and we will see this quite clearly as time goes on. But as of now, we're sitting in a perception where things are tainted. We're looking at things with a tainted lens. And it's all to do with how we gain things physically. Okay? Okay, we'll keep moving here. On the strength, again, strength is going to come in our abilities. Our heightened awareness is going to bloom here. Let two become one. So this talks to, just give me a minute here, connections, right? Because of a spiritual advancement here that these earth signs may be coming into, we may be gaining strength in a lot of areas, and because of this, we may be coming into or magnetizing to a soulmate in some kind of way. Now, this, I mean, it could be a soulmate or a twin or, a partnership of some sort. Because soulmates can really be anybody. You can have a parent as a soulmate, right? It's just someone you feel very close to, like you've gone through a lot of lifetimes with, or parallel lives with. Give me a minute. Show me those roses here. Yeah, that's about deep love and compassion. I think this is what we're searching for. Now, if we're in a partnership, we're searching to strengthen a connection that we already have. And if we're single, we're looking for one that is deep and passionate, really. And also compassionate, right? Because they're showing me this man, kind of over top protective of this woman. So there's this sense of wanting or yearning for that, someone we can call our own. You gotta be careful with that energy as well. It's possession, right? This could also be under the moon and its influence. Okay, next card on the individuality. Again, trying to grow and make connections, but not losing our individuality as we reach out a little further into spiritual realms here to widen our wings, if you will. So we fly into a new social circle, and as we move into that social circle, still keeping our individual. Do I like this or do I not? Do I prefer someone like this or do I not? And I feel like we're planting seeds here, but we're just this is all new stuff. So on top of that, we have here the ancient ones. Yeah, and that really reverts back to energy of ancestors, can work back to spiritual energies and guides. All that is really kind of unseen and not grounded. These are the realms that, interesting that it's right in the center, and interesting too, it's also on the individuality. So I feel we're highly being guided from other realms here to, but don't tell the Taurus because they might resist. But, or, all of them have an ability to kind of buck the system a little bit if they knew they were being pushed and funneled. But again, the instinct, we are finally being funneled into some energy here, and we're noticing there's a difference. Things have been slowed down enough where their perception is there enough to grab onto it and go, wait a minute, can I utilize this and how? This is what's going on. So ancient ones, past loved ones, spirit guides, whatever. All that energy is all here for you. And it's all there to help you become the best you can be. And you need to know yourself in order to do that. And you need to be there in order to find a soulmate. This is the whole process. Now, on top of the moon, these veils and our perception that may be off. What do we get there? Be vigilant. Yeah, keep your eyes open about what happens here, the results. I think we are, out of curiosity, open, like, okay, I'm going to plant this seed and I'm going to see what grows. How the leaves look when they come out of the ground. Be vigilant. Don't let things fly over. So if we're busying ourselves up too much, slow down and take in all your surroundings, because this is where the answers are going to be. And right now we are not illuminated to that, though it is in the process of unfolding. We can't take our eye off the ball. We have to stay vigilant and aware, right? We can't just go on autopilot here, is really what I'm getting. Okay. So on top of, we'll throw some chakra cards on the soulmate card here. What do we get there? Ooh, the star. Okay. There's a lot of energy here. A lot of heavy energy, like magical energy here. We got magic and ritual first off. And again, the Ace of Pentacles was what was driving that from the vantage point of the Earth sign. Then we get the universal energies coming in and saying, we are advancing this person quite highly. And not only that, they're going to notice physical anomalies in their physical self that is also attuned to higher higher learning in this way. This is going to become our strength in the future, and we're gaining strength throughout all the spiritual side. That is going to bring us closer to manifesting a soulmate, is the sense, and the star is the hope that we get there, and the the love, the heart here in this deck is really about going outward and sharing of the heart, right? The heart leading the way. She's looking up at the stars and where they're forming a heart. So it's all about the love zone. We may be opening up to a love that's coming forth to us, or gaining strength in order to do this. Okay. Okay. As we go forward here. Yeah, this is kind of off. Now, as we get this inner promptings, right? Instinct, whatever. We may literally, they are showing me someone here talking to someone who's passed and going, I don't know what to do here. Give me some, whatever. They are listening and they are pushing back energy. And we need to accept things that are out of our box. This is the thing. We can't just say, oh no, if an idea comes, we can't just brush it off. We got to kind of be vigilant about what comes in as well, so that we can utilize that in some way. It may be out of our box of tools that we normally tap into, but they're wanting you to think out of your box there. So, okay, so on top of that one, the chakra card we get is the Empress. Look at this. Green, green, green. Yeah, and the Empress is learning how to share her heart. She has been given by the High Priestess the cup. This is the High Priestess giving it to the Empress. And she's saying, here's a cup, and it is full. And again, what did we have behind that? The individuality. We're learning to love the self enough so that we can validly go outward. And we are starting to plant seeds in certain directions here as to where we can get an equal balance of this outward, is what I'm getting. And again, this is all part of the path the ancient ones here are trying to get through, trying to get you on. It's like, hey, they're cheering you on there upstairs, right? Saying upstairs, but it's all around us, really. We are moving up to them is really what they're showing me. We think they're way up, but we're actually closer than we think that we are to those ones, right, in spirit form. Okay, the veil's been removed. We are truly getting messages from past loved ones. We just think it's our head making up shit, so be aware of that. Be vigilant of that as well. Like, think of it from that perspective. Let yourself listen to what comes in. And that's the thing, just play with it. Because so many people disregard the information, and I've done this too in my past. And it's valuable. It's valuable information, and it's sometimes we have elders and stuff that are working through things, but they can kind of come in and push you in a different way. And some is your higher guides that know the path that's unfolding. They know where the best place to go is. So just be aware of that. So the moon, all the illusions that we have here, our perception is a little off, but be vigilant of every reaction, because they are. I feel like the earth signs are watching. If I change this, they're realizing there's cogs that need to change. You got to turn this on, turn this off, turn this on. They're playing with that whole field. So just keep an eye, be aware of that, and don't let that go. Don't let that vigilance fall. Now, on top of that, we get the Temperance. And I feel like that's the vigilance. We have to make sure that we stay aware. Because we can have that awareness and then want to shut it out, and it's so new that is going back to something that you feel more secure in, which is letting kind of life flow by, and you just deal with the material realm. But this whole world is opened up to you, and they're saying don't let it just swim by you without investing in it. It's a good resource, and we need to utilize this in the future. I feel like There's a sense of, yeah, I want to, if I can get results here, like, let's go, let's do this. But at the same time, I feel like they can get themselves back into a rut where we're dealing in the old ways, where we let everything slip by and we get back on the material plane and just start flying in there. So just be aware of all of that energy is there to take in. Well, first notice. They're going. We first need to notice it, and we need to, look more, be more aware of our surroundings in a spiritual sense. Okay, I'm gonna leave it now. On top of the star, the geometry cards will end it off here, and then I've got a planetary and a surrender card, which is usually very pivotal. So the star card on top of, again, is search for love here and a hope that we can find it, and our cup is overflowing here. So this is something that can happen. We are learning to love the self in order to give, equally to another. This is all good. Okay. On top of the star, we have yin yang, the law of balance. Yeah. It's all about the balance. And when we get in the complete balance with temperance and the yin yang, when we get in the complete balance, things go so much more smoothly. And it's like effortless. And I feel like these earth signs, they've been putting a lot of work, put a lot of effort. But it's because they've left out the spiritual realm and that whole side, right? They've left that all out. That's why it's been hard for them. Or, again, the perception is off here in what we need to attain and how much, right? So this is all coming into play here. I feel like the earth signs are trying to take their life by the horns and really say, okay, boom. Where am I out of alignment? What am I, taking account of their life, really, and trying to balance it out. Okay. The Empress, what do we get there? Divine orchestration. So we may be coming, if we're masculine, we may be coming across an Empress in our realms here. We are trying to gain strength in our individuality. We are also trying to learn all there is to learn about love and how to give it outward. The universe is trying to school you in this. When we have the divine orchestration card, it is all up to, it's like divine timing, divine, really, they're going to play a card here to help you get where you want to be. And I feel like love is pushing this, though the earth signs kind of want to focus on work. There's going to be a balance struck between the two so that we can fit them both in and not be overloaded in the work area and deplete the love, but to have a great balance of both. Okay. Now on the Temperance card, again, the balance here too is our perception of up to now, I feel our perception's gotten us into trouble. Because we were thinking on the wrong tracks. We're going, okay, I'm going to do this, do this, do this. And it may just have been that we feel like we can get what we want without having to pay a price for it. It may just have been that we don't believe in a great balance overall. That we can just take what we want. It doesn't matter. Whatever I get is mine. And this is kind of not the way that it's going. And that may be a perception problem for some here. Being a little too selfish in whatever area. Maybe selfish in work, maybe selfish in love, or both. And we are unable to balance. So the Temperance coming in to help you balance from above. On top of that, we get the heptagram talking about macrocosm, 7, celestial magic. Again, the universal energies from above going to really set you straight here. I feel like the earth signs are very much on a self-discovery journey. And I feel they're also being highly guided, along with everybody else at this time, really. But to a degree, it may be overwhelming for some or not. They feel like they're kind of out of touch with things, but what's really happening is we're trying to put you in touch with more than you've ever been or exposed to in your life. And that is feeling like it's complete. You feel like you're in complete wonderland. You don't know what's going on, but there's weird things happening and synchronicities and things that you can't explain. It's all because the celestial side has taken it's laying its cards here, and it's saying, look, there's more for you here. It can actually help you in the physical realm. You don't have to work as hard if you follow these directions, kind of thing, and they're going to show you where it's at. And you're planting seeds, so you're going to follow. You're going to follow the M&Ms and go, that tastes good, and this is what's going to happen. This is the unfolding of the spiritual side for the earth signs. Really quite magical. It's all good. Okay, so what do we have for the Power of Surrender card? Obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person, situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity and even solve the problem. And what do we put that over? The divine orchestration, right? So we may be obsessively thinking about work, job, maybe a romance here in the periphery. Again, I feel like we're trying to create balance. And if we've never had it, we've always been imbalanced. It's really going to feel odd and out, like you're out of touch. But surrendering the obsessive thoughts about attaining the material things or attaining a partner or whatever it is, if we balance those out, that will help them help you. Planetary card. Eclipse in Cancer. 28, talking about acceptance, an emotional phase or domestic development. Okay, they're talking to me there. They're going, notice how this house is on stilts. And what is it raised above? The water. What is the water composed of? Emotions. So the sense is we're sitting above our emotions, looking down on creation. There's our song, right? The eclipse. I'm sorry. The way they sneak it in there is funny. 8 and 2 is 10. So we're coming to a completion cycle here. And needing acceptance. I feel we got a bit of a distortion, but I don't feel that it can't be overcome. I feel like we're taking charge and we're learning, and as long as we keep that passion for learning and growing alive, we're good. We'll get there. So the eclipse is stop and start energy. It's in Cancer. That's the mothering, the feeling, all of the emotional side where we feel. And again, I felt a great warmth here in the capacity to love another, to feel that depth of warmth, right? We may be sitting on stilts above our emotional center, not able in our lives to have a connection in this way. But we want this. We just don't know how to attain it. And the first part of that is learning what it is that we truly do want in a partner, in a job, in a career, in a life pattern. How are we happy where we're at? If we're not, we make changes. And then also keeping balance within, I feel, for the earth signs within work, because they're really driven to go and overpower the work area. That just feels comfortable to them. That's where they thrive. That's where they do. So, who wants to leave that, right? And balance things out, especially if it's hard, if they feel it's hard. But the sense is if we balance our career with our personal life, both will go a lot smoother. And we may not have even realized, sorry, I keep hitting the camera, may not have even realized that we were out of balance in our work area, right? So these are all things that are coming to bear. So emotional phase, domestic development. Again, we may have domestic things going on here and a need to accept things as they are so that the universe can continue to play cards for you in order to get you forward. This is really a groovy reading, actually. And that's the water element, and that is the great mothering of the water element. And that is too something that we need to bring down and harness a little bit. I feel like it's a yearning. I feel like that mothering energy, there's a yearning for this in a partner. So if you're a female, you may be yearning for someone to mother you, or maybe you had problems in this area in your past, in your youth, or, you know, in childhood. This kind of thing, there was something that was lacking, and we're needing it outside of us in a partner, and we're looking for that. And the sense here too is that that yearning may be a little out of balance. We may need to heal part of ourselves so that we can go out more individual, right? More self-sustaining, to gain. And this is all part of that flow, balancing that inadequacy out, and also finding truly what, not in an obsessive way, but truly what feels good to us, what we need and want in a partner that is balanced. Because I feel like some of these earth signs are imbalanced in the way of what they look for in a partner. And again, that's because we haven't healed it in ourselves, this kind of stuff. So there's a bit of that work as well to go through. So earth signs, that's your reading. This is really good energy. I actually did a set of readings here with, some nasty energy. So I just trashed that. Filed it under G for garbage, and then we come in here and re-protect it and re-establish the connection, and yeah, it's better today. So this is really good stuff. You're on your way. Energetically, they are behind you 100%, and you are starting about 40% to feed into that. And once you start going and you hit that 50% and above, man, you're going to see great things, magical things happen, to the degree that you just cannot make sense of it, but you don't want to make sense. You just want to absorb it. Just go through it and do it. Sometimes you don't need to know how things work in order to accept the abundance that comes forth. Again, clean up your perception here. I feel like we're kind of on the road to doing that anyway, because they're exposing that to you, and that's part of the M&M trail you're going to follow. And then when you get to the point where, you know, the moon comes into the day, then hopefully that'll be in the next reading, and we'll expose that. So take care, guys. Have fun and be kind. A few announcements. It's the 18th today. I don't know if I'll get this out before the 20th. I have a live night coming about between 7 and 8 Central Standard Time here on the 20th of January. If you can hit that. I will be in for a while there doing readings for first come, first serve. So take note of that. And also I wanted to mention I am on TikTok, and I got some good energy going out there, so be good to invest in. It would assist you in the time that I'm, in between the readings. Another thing too, if this energy doesn't resonate, go back, because a lot of my readings energetically are a little bit ahead of the game here. So if this doesn't resonate, or you don't, go back a reading. And then when the next reading comes out, try and reassess this one and say, oh, okay, now the energy's hitting. Because some people may have already been through this, some are going through it, and some may not even, it may be in the future. So there's that. So again, take care, have fun, and be kind, and we will talk to you soon.